Yo, haha, Magnificent. What is good, YouTube? Your boy Magnificent coming back with another quick video, man. Today we got the Yeezy Knit RNR, at least the Fade Azure is one of the kind of series I wanted on the Magnificent channel, because after seeing, or at least getting these restocks in terms of the Yeezys, I wasn't sure if I was going to go on Adidas Confirmed app to get it for that $200 price point, because I also do own the Fade Indigo Knit RNR. The Fade Azure is kind of like basically a second rendition or the second colorway in the Fade series on the Knit RNR. But I didn't know that there are huge differences between the actual Sulfur, the original first release of the Knit RNR, versus the actual Fade, I want to say the Azure, the Indigo, and quite a few other different newer Knit RNR colorways that came after the whole Sulfur. So with that said and done, man, shout out to Sneaker Politics. If you guys were hip, I gave you the, I think it was a keyword, I want to say it was Ye20, which gave you a certain percentage off the Knit RNR series on top of the sale that Sneaker Politics had. So I was able to get my size 13 for the Yeezy Knit RNR Fade Azure. This is my first time seeing it on the Magnificent channel, but you can see right here, comes with that whole Knit RNR box. And with that said and done, man, let's get straight into it, because I'm so excited, man. It's like I was trying to be like Thanos and kind of collecting all the stones, or at least every single one of the power elements of the Knit RNR, but I wanted one specifically in a different colorway, and this is kind of completing the series. So let me just open this bad boy up. I cannot wait to see this. And it's everything that I imagined. So, whew, get this out here. Yes, 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 yes. You can see right here. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the shape, and one of the things I said about the Knit RNR earlier is that you'll notice that there's some subtle differences between the first, kind of like the first generation, and the newer and the second, because you can see like the Sulfur had more of a slimmer upper design in terms of the knit construction, whereas on the newer version, you can see that it's wider, especially towards the toe area. And then there's some subtle differences, and I'll get into that momentarily, but let's kind of look at the whole Fade Azure. If it's something that you were considering getting, I can tell you right now, like, this is probably, the Knit RNR series, probably one of my favorite Yeezy series, because it's so comfortable. And of course, on the bottom, it does have that herringbone type traction. This definitely is very thick, by the way. It's actually easy to clean. You can take this out into the snow. You can take it out in the rain. The whole idea is that this is weatherproofed. So you can see a demo right here. I'm pouring water on it. It dries very, very, very fast. Basically, if you're looking at this, you're looking at a winterized foam runner. When I say foam runner version, if that makes sense, because underneath this knit construction, you do have foam, like full-blown foam. As a matter of fact, I'll bring this on right here. I mean, the shape should look familiar, and I know a lot of people don't like the shape of the Knit RNR series, but you're basically looking at a foam runner. Kind of like in the same form, in the same shape. The only difference that when you get to sort of this part, you won't feel the actual heel sticking up. I can tell you right now, and this is a picture right here, you can see what it looks like kind of sliced open, but it's almost like they took the foam runner and kind of severed off key elements. It kind of cut it off all the way here, and it comes up. That's the way, when you're looking at the Knit RNR, that's kind of like the idea, but it's like a winterized foam runner version. And the colorway, of course, it's kind of like that blue-green design. And if I'm not mistaken, if I read this correctly, is that it gives it like the green portion is kind of symbolizing like an earthly tone, where, you know, the blue portion kind of symbolizes the sky, the water, things of that nature. So it kind of has that earthly tone. Of course, it does feature the size 13. It's kind of featured on here. And if you don't, actually, you know what, I want to get into the differences. So the differences with the Yeezy models, at least the Knit RNR, yes, this was definitely more thin, and I think some people were complaining about the tightness of the Knit RNR, at least the Sulfur on the first gen series. And if I take out whatever's in here in terms of the paper, the cardboard and stuff like that, with the first kind of generation is what I'll call it, you were able to take the insole out just like this. With the newer series, you can see right here that it's actually stitched all the way around, so it's not possible to take the insole out, but you still have the comfort. Another thing I did notice between the series is that on kind of like the first gen, you'll see a picture right here, but you'll notice that on the inside it features the knit, but it kind of has like this nylon strap or nylon padding on the side panels of the inside of the Knit Runner. And one kind of sits lower than the other. So this version, you'll see that the Knit Runner, there's more knit exposed on the inside. But on the newer version, you can see that there's less knit exposed because they took that nylon padding and kind of risen it up. And of course, as I said before, the toe area is definitely wider. And I'll even say this, even the foam that they utilize on the Knit Runner towards the newer model, it's a lot more dense, right? This one, there is no forgiveness. This is like really hard to press down. So I can say they must have used different types of foam materials when they kind of went from the first gen to the second gen. You know, this one is just, you can pretty much just with ease, and that's probably why the newer models are more comfortable than the actual original model. You can see right here, my feet kind of going against the floor and showing you how flexible you can actually get it. But I think one more slight difference is the actual indent, because the indent that you see on both sides of the Knit Runner, you can see that this one is a lot longer than the actual original one. And I think because of that, that also helps with the comfort each step you're taking in the Yeezy Knit Runner Fade Azure. But I mean, comment below though. Let me know, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the actual Knit Runner Fade Indigo, or are you a Fade Onyx fan? I felt like some people were kind of 50-50. That makes sense. The Knit Runner also does feature, and I forgot to mention this, that it features padding on the actual back towards your heel, so yeah, you won't really scuff your heel. That padding actually is really good towards the back. But when going between the Knit Runner Fade Azure and the Fade Indigo, I had a hard time deciding between both when I first initially went after either or, because the Fade Indigo, I think I got this, I want to say this one came out first, and I can tell by the production date, as this one says June 2022. You see a picture right here, but this one says May 2022. But I felt like this one, I wanted this one more before I went after this, and now I'm glad to have both in the lineup thanks to Sneaker Politics at a fraction of the cost of what you would probably pay on the Adidas. Confirmed that. Your boy Ketl Mtn, again, comment below. Let me know, which one would you go prefer? Do you prefer the Fade Indigo series? You can see that I've worn mine a lot and is actually starting to fade a lot into that whole Indigo series. And I expect the same thing to happen with the Fade Azure over time, because I will be wearing this a lot, especially during the winter days, because this is actually designed to keep your feet very warm. Very less breathability like you would get with the foam runner because it features those vents. But this will keep your feet so warm, so comfy, and you can wear it outside in the snow. You can wear it outside in the rain, your coldest days. Your feet, I promise you, will be warm. But your boy Mo never said, let's do that. On feet, the Knit Runner Fade Azure on the Magnificent channel, man. I'm so happy. And then to have both the Fade Indigo and the Fade Azure. Hopefully these Yeezy restocks will continue as the year goes by. But your boy Mo never said, I am out, and you guys stay blessed.